Okay, this is part two of my son and how he was in a mowing accident. I am in a car pickup line. I am not driving. I had to come pick up my youngest son from school. Um, so my brother finished talking to the 911 operator, and I went in to the kitchen to help my dad. And we wrapped Dylan's legs in a bunch of beach towels, nice and tight, and released the belt because you don't want to leave that belt on there for an extended period of time. You still need blood flow to get to what is okay. So his leg is wrapped real tight. My brother came in and said they have sent an ambulance. And so we went out in the driveway to wait for the ambulance so that they could see him as soon as they pulled up and so that, we could make sure we wave him down. And while we were waiting for the ambulance, my mom happens to pull in the driveway just getting home from work. And she has no idea that this is going on. And so she pulls in the driveway. We tell her what's going on. And at about that time, right behind her, the ambulance is pulling up. And we lived out in the country. We had, a few acres. So we weren't in a residential neighborhood or anything like that. The houses were quite spaced out. But the paramedics looked at Dylan's leg. They unwrapped it, looked at it, and they said, "We are going to call Life Flight, and he's going to be flown to the trauma center in the Houston Medical Center, which was Memorial Hermann in the Med Center." And we lived in Richmond, Rosenberg, which is about an hour away from there. So, in order for him to be put on the helicopter, we had to follow the ambulance out to the main road, just right outside off of our street, because our street was, not a large enough street for the helicopter to land. So we followed the ambulance out to the main road, and the helicopter landed, and they let me walk with him to the helicopter, and I gave him a kiss and told him I loved him. And I told him that I would see him at the hospital and I would be there as soon as I could. And, my mom, she's just such a rock. And in all this commotion, she was steady and